going to be a scoring fest midway through that second quarter. It's only 39-33. The Wildcats, 16 points in their first quarter and then 17 in the second. Not like them. They're usually a pretty high-scoring team. They average around 23 points per quarter. There's Redditch from outside three. This is getting the crowd up and about. Well done by Toby. It's also been a little quiet. Lish wants to take on Dorsey. Up against Dorsey. Well done. Made the body contact and then pushed it in off the glass.
Yeah, I think you said there earlier, Toby a little quiet. Didn't score. 0 of 2 in the first half. I think the Wildcats will definitely be looking to get him a little more involved. A little down this year on his numbers of last year. Just struggling a little bit, but they'll look for more from him in this second half.
Oh, he likes that, Ubaka. It's only a 2, though, but it's a handy one. Just to keep the margin at 6 there. Toby isn't scoring a lot this season, but he dragged down 12 boards in the New Year's Eve game against the Crocs and handed off 6 assists, so he's doing his job. I'm sure Rob Beveridge likes those sort of workman-like players.
That's all you can ask. If you're not contributing on the score sheet for some reason, whether it be you're not expected to or you're struggling a little bit, if you can just contribute in other areas, whether it be rebounding, defense, distributing the ball, that's what you want to see.
Here's Lish. Looks like he's feeling it in his second half. He's got 4 points to his name in this second half. Kevin Lish has got 6 in total.
And also, struggling in that first half, not converting to 3. The 2 plays at the basket, which is whenever someone's struggling, you want to play at the basket, like Kevin Lish has been started out in this second half.
The shot won't go from Liam Rush. Plenty of respect being shown to Daniel Dillon at the moment. Damien Martin, his defender. Here's Redditch on the smaller Dillon. Kept in play by Martin. I'll set it up again. 12 on the shot clock. Lish from a long way out. A triple piece from Kevin Lish.
That's a good 3 or 4 feet outside the three-point line there. And just getting the confidence for those first couple of baskets, feeling good about his game, and then all of a sudden gets a 3 in rhythm. And it goes down.
They've really swapped it up defensively, the Wildcats. Toby's got Ubaka. Martin is running now with Daniel Dillon and Lish on the taller Dorsey. There's a foul in there. 1 point is now the margin thanks to Kevin Lish and a bit of a purple patch. A bit of polish from Lish. You always look at me like
what was your New Year's resolution? Was it to not come up with...
Don't be an idiot.
we know that's not going to happen.
Dorsey once again misses. Here's Toby moving it quickly into the front court. Knight to Lish again. What can he do? Scored the first 3 of the quarter. The assist nearly goes to Knight. And well played by Guard, just getting his big body in the way to take the rebound. The Tigers need to respond. Toby just stole it from him. His pass not so good. Sloppy again. The turnovers.
We're seeing a continuation of those turnovers. Both teams already committing a couple.
So Lish now on Ubaka. You don't want another turnover. Might have been just a match-up difference before when Toby was on him, as Daniel Dillon prances his way through the key. I thought that was a little travel. And Liam Rush with a second on the shot clock, drops it in.
Nice extra pass too. Dorsey just realised he had Liam Rush in the corner. Not sure whether he realised how far the shot clock was down. As Kevin Lish continuing with attacking the basket. It's not going to count though. Really mixing up. Kevin Lish has come out to play the second half. Nice little layoff pass to Matty Knight, who didn't convert earlier, but not only scoring, but trying to bring his teammates into it. And the Wildcats have responded accordingly, bring it back to 4 points. And Redditch there. Horrible defense from the Tigers. No help side whatsoever.
This is not so great from the Wildcats in the end. It was crucial for Dorsey. 2 points is the margin. There's a foul on Ron Dorsey. I just confirming before, it was a 3-pointer for Liam Rush with a second. It was a second on the shot clock, and he dropped it in from the corner. So So it's 44-42. Just looking, Kevin Lish, 9 points now to his name. He's been fantastic in this third term for the Jungle. And it's starting to get a little raucous. Underneath again, Lish. He's fouled. He was bullish through the key.
He's a little man. Like he is a little man, but I tell you, he gets some height there. He just takes the contact, and he makes it look a hell of a lot worse than what it actually is. But hey, that's a skill in itself. And he has come out and has been the catalyst to a Wildcats resurgence. That's the big words from me right there.
It is the big one.
I don't know if they're right in the right context.
Can't believe you wrote those words down just so you can use them throughout the night as Lish misses the first and drops the second. He's up to double figures now with 10 points. And the press is coming. The steal nearly from Damien Martin. This is the way the Wildcats love. They love to force themselves so they get the free throws, and then they set this press and they try and ram it home. They're 1 point down now. Yeah, they're amping up that defense. And this is where the Tigers, if their composure is maintained, they can take advantage of it. But they turn the ball over like that, they're in for a long second half. Oh, Liam Rush! Beautiful swat away. He said, Lucas Walker, have a look at that one, baby. They've got some good athletes, haven't they? Had the Tigers. Oh, that was good. You know what? It probably would have been a whole lot better if he got his hand caught in the net. Here's Martin. Up against Rush again. Good defense. Putting the pressure on. Still 1 point the margin. The pass. Beautiful. Tregear. Couldn't finish off the layup. Working hard was Dylan. Tregear there in the little floater doesn't go as well. Just getting a little sloppy from the Tigers' point of view. Down low. Right up against the big man. No foul. Tigers ball. That pass again to Tregear, and there was no foul there. They're just letting it go now. There will be a fight in the next minute. Don't worry. There usually is when we're calling a game. Here's Toby through the key. He goes. Can he finish it? No, but no, he can. They've hit the front, the Wildcats. Could be one of the ugliest patches of basketball I've seen in a while. Trying to make it look interesting and sound interesting, but it was ordinary. 1 point, the Wildcats lead. They need some composure, the Tigers. Why not go to Tregear? There's a little knee from Sean Redditch. Just trying to get him off the block a little bit. Pam Tregear, a great post player, but just Sean Redditch committing the foul, trying to get him off. And we've got a timeout here in the Jungle just to settle things down. Take a deep breath. The Wildcats 45, they lead by 1. The Tigers 44.
So my boyfriend gives me World of Warcraft for my birthday. And I'm like, I said diamonds. Then he starts telling me I can mine diamonds in the game. Whatever. I tried it anyway. One day he comes in and says, I think you like that game more than you like me. And I realized he was right. So I dumped him.
World of Warcraft. Try it for free at warcraft.com.
What's your game?
Play there. Get open, here go, guys. Throw it back. Kick back on that thing. Now, if you don't have the shot, dribble exit. That's been short. That's you. That's you. So, dribble out, step out, and you're ducking in. Have a look at Sean first.
It's been a stylish start to the third quarter from Kevin Lish and his Wildcats. 1 point the margin. I'm running out of the Lish. I've got about 3 more. Stay with me, Tony.
All right, Lish. I like it.
I've used polish. Have I used foolish?
No.
That would be foolish to use that, I'd say, because he's smoking at the moment here in the Jungle.
Flawlessly.
He's got 10 points to his name. To get the game back underway. Dillon forcing it in to Chagar. Benny Lewis into the action for the Tigers.
Look where the Tigers are starting their offense. They're right outside the three-point line. Even Chagar here with the post move. He gets the ball out on the IO net sign. They're not getting the ball where they should within their offensive sets.
And there's a big push under the basket from Lucas Walker. And he'll be called for the foul. Just watch him down near the baseline, just right underneath the ring. Said, get out of my way, Sean. It's my key. So Sean Redditch goes to the line. 45-44 is the score. Tigers need to respond, and they probably need some brilliance from Ubaka, who's only got 4 points to his name. 2 from 5 from the field. Andy Ubaka. And the other one that's been a little sloppy around the basket is Ron Dorsey, 4 from 12. He's shooting at 33%. He has got 9 points to his name. So plenty of upside, though, for the Tigers. And this man can score in a flurry. The pass good to Dillon. This needs to drop. It's a little short, and Luke Neville takes the boards. Robin should move the ball as quick as he can. And Redditch underneath the hoop. Wildcats continue to dominate the boards as well, Tony Ronaldson. 30-19, the pressure immense. Here's Robbins again. He'll wait, will he? Dishes it off. Neville to Redditch. Passes out to Martin. Now in the corner, Robbins. Gets it again. Will he shoot? He does shoot, Brad Robbins. He misses that one. He had 2 chances.
He should have just let that first one go.
Daniel Dillon, nice play. Benny Lewis went up for the jam, and Robbins is called for the unsportsmanlike. A little push. Here it is now. Great pass from Dillon, and Benny up he went. Just got pushed off.
And that's what often happens when one of your guards, whether it be a point guard or your shooting guard, shoots a 3 in the corner. Defensive transition becomes paramount, and that 3-man who usually is going to the boards has to get back, and that's where the Wildcats got caught out in that transition play. Brad Robbins sprinted, how he was the one that sprinted all the way from that corner to commit the unsportsmanlike foul. Should be looking at his teammates to say, well, where's my help?
And they're really struggling to put some points on the board. The Tigers, a real flat patch now. The intensity's still there, but they can't make the finish. And that one wobbles around again. So both free throws missed from Benny Lewis. They retain possession. 3 minutes remaining before three-quarter time. Tim Lang coming on the court for the Tigers. Now rest up for that final term onslaught. Here's Walker up against Wagstaff. Comes off someone's boot down there. 3 seconds on the shot clock. 2. Dillon barges his way through, and he'll be called for the foul. I think it's on Robbins. It is on Brad Robbins. Bit of a waste there with only 2 seconds on the shot clock. Rob Beveridge won't be happy with that one. And we'll have a timeout for the Tigers as we approach three-quarter time. The Tigers have only scored 5 points in this quarter. The Wildcats have scored 14, Tony, so they've stolen the lead. 3 points is that lead. What has been the difference?
Well, really since quarter time, the Tigers have really struggled from the floor. I mean, they had 28 points in that first quarter, and now with only 44 points for the entire game. You know, with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, offensively they're just not putting it together. Turnovers, they're still struggling. The Wildcats are just creating that pressure that have got them to the top of the table in the league. You know, that defensive pressure up the floor, creating turnovers, creating transition baskets for themselves. And the Tigers are really just playing into their hands. And slowly but surely, the Wildcats are just rolling over the top of them. And if they continue to do the same stuff, they're going to continue to increase this lead and eventually win the game.
Looking down the scorers for you, Sean Redditch leading the way with 15 points for the Wildcats. Kevin Lish got a real wriggle on in this quarter. He's got 10 to his name, and then 8 points for Matty Knight, 6 to Luke Neville. Down the Tigers' end, Liam Rush is their better scorer with 13 points. Trigar still on 6. Been stuck on 6 for quite some time. He's got 5 rebounds. Ron Dorsey on 9, shooting at 33%, and a couple of 5s. Benny Lewis, Ubaka stuck on 4.
Yeah, I gave Trigar a rap earlier about his shooting percentage, and seems to have struggled a little bit from the field since then. 3 of 10 now from the field, down to 30%.
Coming off the foot of Ubaka, he gets it back though. The pressure coming from Robbins. Martin's still on as well, so the Bash brothers are trying to cause some havoc late in this third quarter for the Wildcats. The pass to Walker, and it was a loose one. Had the right idea, but just needed to be spot on to Ubaka. Robbins forces his way to the key and then gave it off to Martin, who was just running too quick for the pass.
We were hoping at half-time that the turnovers were going to be eradicated, weren't we?
Have they improved?
Yeah, it's not looking good. You know, 17 for the Tigers, 14 for the Wildcats. We've seen some severe ugliness
It's
from a
always
basketball
entertaining,
perspective.
though.
It's always entertaining when they throw the ball out of bounds.
And once again, a steal.
I love it how positive you are, Lockie.
Yeah, just come on. Remain positive. Little spin move from Wagstaff. He'll go for the hook. A little flat. The tap came from Robbins. Walker will keep it in play. And Ubaka is told to get going into the front court. Up against Neville. Should get past him, you'd think. Now he goes one-on-one with a big man. 7 foot versus 4 foot. Little shimmy. Dishes it off to Benny Lewis in the corner. Like it a lot.
Great defense there by Luke Neville. That's all you can ask of your big man. 7 foot plus. Guarding the point guard, just stay in front of him, make him distribute the ball. It's great defense. And then Benny Lewis coming up with the big 3 in the corner.
We are all tied up as Lish tries to score again. Another rebound for Damian Martin. They'll reset again. Foul will be called. Daniel Dillon reaching in. So 1:32 remaining in this quarter. The Wildcats have fought their way back into the game. They trailed by 6 at half-time. Here's the foul. Just Dillon just couldn't get the position. He had to stop Lish from working his way inside the key. And Lish will go to the line. That sweet sound.
Was that even more so just then, Lockie?
No, that was very
That
sweet.
was, wasn't it? That was crisp.
It was like my shot a couple of weeks ago. From half court. Did you see it?
I heard about it, mate.
Oh, a million hits
The
on
social
YouTube.
media network's lit up.
A million hits on YouTube at the moment. Ubaka, a short little jumper. They keep possession though. Can Benny do it again? No, he can't. Neville's big body keeps it in play for the Wildcats. 2 points is their lead, and Lang is called for the foul. Not sure that he was really trying to do anything other than just run down the court.
Yeah, probably just got to try and get out of the way, especially in this situation. It's going straight to the line now, the Wildcats, to shoot 2. Jesse's great at trying to create that contact, especially against Lang, who obviously probably doesn't have as much experience as Wagstaff.
Very important for the Tigers to score in their next possession, just to keep themselves in the hunt at three-quarter time, as these fans can inspire their team in the jungle. Ubaka to Walker. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Ticks down to 13. Walker outside. Ubaka wants to take that. Oh, it's a little short. In fact, it's more than a little short. It's very short. Martin to Lish. Can he hold on? No travel called. The pass inside was nice from Robbins. And a little tip in from Luke Neville.
That's great recognition by both Brad Robbins and Luke Neville. Robbins comes up
again. The pass to Lish. Inside to the big man again. Can he finish it? No. Walker up high. Robbins trying to dive on it. Ubaka does well. The pass to Dillon. Can he finish for the Tigers? Up he goes. No, he can't. Damian Martin up against 2. Stuck up the hand and took the rebound. Inspiring stuff. remaining at three-quarter time. That was unbelievable from Damien Martin. He was up against two taller players.
He just
Should have got that rebound.
Gave him the no thanks. Great. Said you ain't moving.
I reckon we've got a game in our hands. I think it's just going to get very, very spicy.
You do?
Yeah. You wouldn't want to turn off one right now. I'm telling you. I promise you.
I won't be.
Here's Lish at the top of the key. Odeje up against him. The pass to Neville was cut off. The Tigers, oh, that pass not so great. Rush couldn't see Wagstaff. Wagstaff from outside the air ball. Just a splendid for us.